I started the bike ran, and then started leaking fuel everywhere. What is up, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So this is the first video shot in the new shop. And I couldn't think of a more fitting video of the first repair video in here of being Steven's bike. So if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't seen my video where I showed the finished shop, this is Steven's bike. Steve passed away in November. He was a dear friend. Our buddy Corey, basically Steven's brother, that's how close they are, has taken possession of the bike and he wants to ride it. It doesn't currently run worth a damn, so we're gonna fix that. And the goal is that one day Steven's son gets to ride on this bike. So let me show you what we got going on here. Corey has already gone ahead and replaced the fuel tank. The tank was full of rust. I'm going to pull off this S&S carburetor today and get that going in the ultrasonic and see if we can get this thing running better. Watch this. I'm going to turn the key to on, choke up. As you see, that's as well as the bike runs. So we're going to get the carb pulled off of there, thrown in the ultrasonic, get a rebuild kit ordered for it, and get this thing all cleaned up. I have never worked with an S&S carb, so a little bit of a learning experience for me, but I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out. So let me throw you guys on the tripod, and let's dive into getting this torn down. So hindsight being 2020, I should have really opened that drain bowl, the drain on that float bowl first, because I just dumped fuel everywhere. Let's see. Kind of looks like somebody attempted to port this thing at one point or another and did not do a very successful job at it. But off to the workbench we go. Bingo! Look at all the junk dried in that accelerator pump. Well guys, it is several days later. The camera died and I did not film me putting the carburetor back together. So I put the carburetor on the bike, I started the bike ran, and then started leaking fuel everywhere. I was like, that's strange. So I tore it back apart and I realized I made a really stupid mistake. So see the spacer here? When I took this carburetor off the bike, again, it's my first time messing with a S&S carburetor, this spacer fell behind the exhaust, and I didn't see that. Whenever I went to reinstall this carburetor, I installed it without the spacer, and when I tightened the bolts down, over here I'll show you guys, I punched a hole straight through the float bowl, and that's why it was leaking fuel everywhere. This this was stupid. My stupidity right here, just not paying attention. So I did purchase a new float bowl from S&S. It comes with new bolts, gasket, and the float bowl comes all assembled. So this cost me $220. So my stupidity, but I'm going to share that with you guys. So let me throw you guys back on the tripod. We're going to get this carburetor thrown back together, back on the bike, and get this bike started. So the bike runs. That's the first step. I got to do some tuning with the carb, but I'll get into that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild the forks on this. So Corey's already replaced the fuel tank. The other one was just totally rotted out. He puts new mid controls on there. All three of us, me, Corey, and Steve, are all mechanics. So I got the carburetor sorted out. That's good. I just need to get that tuned. And I'm going to go ahead and rebuild these forks, make this thing good and safe for Corey to ride. So let me throw you guys back on the tripod and let's get back into it. Well guys, unfortunately we have ran into a major issue with Steven's bike. I'm not going to be able to get this thing done today. Let me show you what I got going on. So I disassembled the forks to rebuild them, and all this came out. So I've got a rebuild kit here for it, but I'm going to need new bushings and all that. Everything's just shot. This bike, it's sat outside for years. I used to pester Steven every couple months about wanting to buy it from him, so but it does run now, and it runs good. So let's see that. Let's have something to show for this. That's with no choke. Sounds good. little bit of adjustment, but it runs. And when it warms up, it runs even better. So it's a bummer that I can't get this thing on the road today, but I want to make sure it's done right. I want to make sure Corey's safe riding on this. And overall, I want to make sure it's right for one day when Steven's son rides on it, or when Corey gives Steven's kid a ride on it, right? So it's very important that this bike gets fixed properly. It is the most important bike I've ever worked on. More important than my own, more important than my wife's. The way I said that sounds like I have multiple wives. I only have one. I guess that's going to effectively wrap this video up. If I can get you all to do me a huge favor, give this video a big thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and in the description box below there's links to all of our social media as well as our company website, Headstalls.com, where we sell everything for horses. And right now we have some major sales going on there because we're trying to get rid of a bunch of inventory before we move. So go take advantage of that. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you all. I'm out of here.